two are ones that I have a tendency to do throughout the day. And they are breathing through the tongue. So we have, I'm going to do this close up so that you can see. So we have one where you are breathing through the whole of your tongue, although it's hard to see when my screen gets darker, huh? So if you're able to roll your tongue like that, then we're going to be breathing through that. Because some people genetically cannot do that. If you can't, then you're just going to make a circle with your roll and breathe through that, okay? And so it's an inhale through that opening of your mouth or tongue, and then it's an exhale with closed lips. The other one is curling the tip of your tongue up underneath your top teeth, and then you're breathing through the sides of your tongue. And that one in particular is good for cooling the major organs of the body, because your tongue has basically a map of all of your organs. And so cooling them is a really wonderful thing to do this time of year, but also if you have just indulged in very rich food or drinks or whatever, then that's a really nice thing to do for yourself. So we'll do those 2 breaths and come to a comfortable seat. And as you find your comfortable seat, take that time as usual to shift, adjust, make it comfortable for yourself. So maybe that's sitting up on a blanket or putting something underneath your knees, but make it so that your body can easily be here. And it might even be sitting in a chair, okay? So there are lots of options for you. One thing that I do sometimes when my knees are bothering me is I'll put my feet on the floor and just hold on to my knees like this. So you can always do something like that too. So as you let your eyes close, just take a moment with a normal, natural, even inhale and exhale in and out of your nose. Our nose helps us to regulate our body. And so breathing in and out of the nose is quite important for helping that regulation of temperature to happen, and really your nervous system and many other aspects of your body. So a couple more deep breaths in and out of the nose. And now we'll take that first breath that I showed you of curling the tongue or the circle with your lips. We're going to inhale through this and exhale through closed lips. 6 times is the traditional number for this breath. So whichever version you're going to take, make that shape and inhale slowly. Exhale through closed lips. 5 more times at your own pace. And simply take a moment to feel after you've finished your 5 breaths. And the next one, tucking your tongue up under your top teeth. Same thing, we'll inhale through our mouth and exhale through closed lips. 6 times. And after your 6, again, take a moment to feel notice. Connecting hands together at heart center, gently press your palms, lift your shoulders up and back, and then bow towards your heart. Take a moment for a full deep breath right here. Then softly opening your eyes, release your hands down and give those couple of rolls back through your shoulders. Checking in with the shoulders, checking in with the neck. Turn your head a few times, nod your head a few times. Give yourself that chance to take in the information. And then come back to center. And we're going to move a little forward and back through the shoulders. So as you take your hands up to your knees, round back through your spine so your shoulders are rounding. And think of that space in between your shoulder blades being expanded. Take a deep breath here. Then inhale, draw your belly and your heart forward. So moving a little bit more open through the front, shoulder blades are engaging onto your back. Take a big breath and feel that expansion around the heart space. Then inhale, sit tall, and now gratitude arms, elbows hugged by your sides, your palms are up, and then rotate with your arms so you have that expansion again through the front. Take ear to shoulder here. As your head comes over to the right side, take a hold of the side of your head with your right hand, and then reach your left hand toward the left side of the room. Engage your left shoulder blade onto your back. And now a little tuck up and down with your chin. And come back into center, gratitude arms. Again, elbows hug, rotating with your arms. You're expanding through the front of the chest. Take left ear to left shoulder. Take a hold of the side of your head with your left hand. Reach your right fingertips out to the right. And then tuck up and down with your chin. And then back into center, gratitude arms, and this time pulse. So as you pulse, you're letting shoulder blades engage and release. And now fingertips come in front of you for this ballerina arms place. Press fingertips, elbows lift up to shoulder height, expand into the upper back again, chin tucks in. Take a big deep breath into that space in between your shoulder blades. Then inhale gratitude as you expand into your chest. Shake your head no. And nod your head yes. Release your arms down and switch the cross of your legs, coming to the less comfortable cross for yourself, and shift your sitting bones. And now hands come behind to clasp, and as you clasp, press palms toward each other. Lift your shoulders up and back and hug your elbows back toward each other, keeping them bent, keeping joints unlocked. Take a really big inhale and start to lift up through your chest, through your rib cage. Little bit of a back bend here. Then support that by toning through the low belly and the low ribs. Full breath. And now release your hands, take your hands out in front to clasp, pull forward and round back through your spine, chin tucks in. And again, fill into that space in between your shoulder blades. Inhale, rise all the way back up to a tall spine. Just roll through your shoulders again, one more time. Move through your head and your neck. Check things out. Just notice if there's any shift beginning to happen. And then shift forward onto hands and knees. And from hands and knees, pause and set yourself up. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Toes are tucked under. Rotate your elbow pits forward and push, pressing hands down, but press from your back. And think of allowing that press to help you expand into the upper back. Take a deep breath. And then lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog pose. And if down dog is tough this morning, then feel free to come back to that hands and knees place. With a little sway of your hips side to side, whether you're in down dog or on hands and knees. And then walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold over your legs. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Extend your heart, long spine. And now walk your hands up your legs, coming all the way up to stand. Come to your mountain pose. Bring it to the front of your mat and set yourself up. Wrists and ankles underneath your hip bones. I almost said wrists under shoulders. We're not on hands and knees. So ankles underneath your hip bones, lift and spread your toes and then root them down. And take a look at your feet and make sure you have parallel from second toe back to the middle of your ankle, those two lines parallel to each other. Turn your palms open, and as you open up here through your heart space, shoulder blades engaged, again, take a little movement with your head and your neck. Noticing what's there, checking out what's happening in your body for you today. Giving yourself that chance to feel, notice, connecting in your body. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, bent knees, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen part way, extend your heart. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bring your hands back up to your knees. Knees are bent. As you send your sitting bones up and extend your heart forward, also engage low belly and low ribs. Take a big deep breath. And then exhale, fold over your legs. Plant fingertips, you're stepping right foot back into your lunge. Center with your hips, extend your heart forward. Back knee can be up or down, your choice. Bring hands up to your knee in front to rise up with your torso. Push down with your hands and draw low ribs in. Expanding into the back body. Take left hip crease back in space, then deeper into your front knee. Keep your low ribs engaged and lift up into your lunge. Gratitude arms here. Elbows by your sides, palms are up. Take a full big breath. Exhaling, hands come down to the front of your mat. And now we're going to pivot and take a wide stance fold. So blocks for your hands if you would like. Turn on your feet to face the right side. And as you set yourself up here, you're going to look at the pinky toe edges of your feet and make those edges parallel to each other. Send your sitting bones up, a little bend to your knees. And from here, stay lifted through your torso. So again, you might have your hands on something or you might have your hands on the floor. So now bend slowly through one knee at a time. And as you bend through one knee at a time, pedaling out here, again, notice for yourself, take in whatever is showing up for you in your body. This might be through hamstrings, hips, or low back. Maybe you have tension through calves or through shins. Just notice. When you give yourself that chance to notice what's going on in your body, you give yourself that chance to connect. And then pivot back toward the front of your mat and step all the way back to a downward facing dog pose. Take a big breath. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Knees can come down if you want to. Rotate elbow pits forward and push. Extend your front. Exhale, lower. All the way down to your belly. And from this place, hands right underneath your shoulders, push gently with your hands, and before you lift up into anything, lift your shoulders up and open. Now, as you inhale, fill up into your belly, your ribs, your chest. As you exhale, engage low belly and low ribs, hugging them in. Then inhale, curl open to as high a cobra as your body needs. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Set your head on your hands if you would like, or all the way on the floor, or you can even turn your head to one side if you want. Bend your knees and sway your legs side to side. Windshield wipering. And then reset your legs, plant your hands, and move through hands and knees to downward facing dog pose or right up to down dog. Take a deep breath. And then walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold over your legs. Plant fingertips, left foot steps back into your lunge. And bring hands up to your knee to rise. And from this place, even though this is an asymmetric pose, try to stick both sitting bones up. And now engage low belly, low ribs, and then rise up into your gratitude, keeping that engagement of the low ribs. Full big deep breath. Wrap your right hip back in space. Deep inhale. Long, full exhale. Let your exhales help you to engage the core. Full inhale. And exhale, hands come down to the front of your mat. Again, you can always use blocks here. We'll pivot again, taking that wide stance fold over to the left. Again, check out the angle of your feet. Notice the pinky toe edges and turn them parallel to each other. Little bend to your knees, send your sitting bones up. And then exhale, fold as deeply over your legs here as your body needs. You might have your hands or elbows on something. You might reach through your legs. You might hold on to the outside edges of your legs. You decide what that looks like for you. Take a big, deep breath wherever you are and send your sitting bones up. Keeping your knees a little bent. Deep breath. Then inhale, extend your heart. Exhale, pivot to come back to the front of your mat and downward facing dog pose. Full breath. And then inhale, come forward into your plank. Knees again if you would like. Rotate elbow pits forward and push. Extend your front, stay strong through the core as you bend the elbows and lower all the way down with control. Now, shoulders are up and back, and bend both knees, and walk your legs back. Walk one knee back and then the other knee back so that you're creating a little bit more length. And now from this place, you can hold on to one leg or two. So if you want, you can reach back for both. Or if it's better in your body to have one foot at a time, then that's okay too, because we're going to come up into this twice. So wherever that is for you, extend, lift up and back through your shoulders. And then press down with your thighs until you feel your butt lift a little bit. And then you're going to engage low belly, low ribs. Now, inhale, push your foot into your hand, lift your chest as high as your body needs. And again, that can just be one foot at a time here if you would like to. But notice the low ribs and engage them. Exhale all the way back down. And you can set head on hands here again if you'd like. You can take that windshield wiper again if you would like. Take a big breath. And now bend both knees. And then as you rise up onto your hands, you can take a moment to notice. If you did one side last time, then you're going to do the other side this time. Or you can reach back for both if that fits your body. So take a big breath wherever that is and push down with your thighs. And even more so, think of bottom of thighs and knees. And then engage low belly, low ribs. From there, push your feet into your hands or your foot into your hand. Lift your shoulders up and back. Take a big breath as you rise up to your variation here of bow. One more breath, engaging through the core. Then exhale, release your feet. Again, one more time. Set hands, set your head, maybe take windshield wipers, or just let your legs rest. And now press back all the way into a child's pose if that's in your practice today. Hips toward your heels, maybe take a little bit of movement through your hips or inching fingertips forward. One more big breath. And then inhale, push yourself up to your hands and knees, just long enough to bring your hips down. And then bring your legs out in front of you. And now shift your sitting bones. And then fingertips to the floor right beside your hips. Push down with your heels, so much that your knees lift a little bit. And as you lift your ribs, your chest, your heart, opening up through the heart space, take a big breath in this staff pose. If you want to, you can close your eyes. But as you take a deep breath, notice for yourself whatever is there, what's happening in your body for you today. And now pushing down with your heels, keep that lift, that bend to your knees. And if you know you have super tight hamstrings today, then maybe even walk your feet in more so that you can have a good bend to your knees. Inhale, lengthen, flex your feet. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold as deeply over your legs as your body needs. So maybe you reach out for your feet, maybe you don't. Find a deep breath. Long through the spine on the inhale. Exhale maybe helps you fold a little bit deeper. If your knees are considerably bent and you feel like you have a little more space, maybe you walk your feet a little further forward. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. One more breath this way. Inhale, rise all the way back up and walk your feet in. And we're gonna lay all the way down onto our backs. Make sure props are handy. And then as you lay down, knees hug in, but if you would like to create a little more space for your breath, you can open your knees wide. If you like to feel that compression, then you can keep your knees narrow. But from this place, rock a little side to side and let your low back lengthen. I think of walking my low back forward as I rock side to side. And then pulse gently in and out with your knees. And now take your knees open wide, flex your feet. You're gonna move forward and back through your knees here, working a little bit more through the hips. And now knees back into center, lengthen your legs up, straight up toward the ceiling. And just know that you do not need to have straight legs here. If a considerable bend is the best thing for your body because hamstrings are tight, then please do that, okay? Wherever that is for you, take a couple big breaths and just recognize the weight of your hips on the ground. Give your feet a flex, so toes are drawing back toward your body. Heels are reaching up. And then take your legs wide. And as you take your legs wide, we did the version of this standing with our wide leg fold. You get to just notice what's happening through your legs. And if hands supporting the outside edge of your legs is helpful, you're welcome to do that, or your elbows prop. You can take your hands on your legs to support you. And now tilt your sitting bones down. And now bend your knees and bring soles of feet together. Your knees are still open wide. And from here, if it's in your practice, you can hold on to your feet, or you can just hold the feet where they are. The other option is to use your hands, again, to support your thighs in staying open. Take a big, deep breath. This is kind of a reclined version of our butterfly. And now knees back into center. Set your feet on the ground. Walk feet out wide and drop knees side to side, taking that windshield wiper action that we know and love. As you take your knees side to side, take in the information. So think less about moving quickly and getting lots of these motions in, and more about being able to sense and notice. Does one side feel different than the other? Do you have any tightness? Or do you feel pretty open? And then come back into center now. And find whatever prop you have, bolster or pillow, and set it underneath your legs. And then as you open your arms up a little ways from your body with your palms up, this gives your shoulders a chance to move in the direction that is really healthy for your rotator cuff. Inch your shoulder blades just a tiny bit toward each other. Shake your head no. And nod your head yes. Yes to the right. Yes to the left. And then as you come back into center now, you can shift to whatever variation of Shavasana feels good. You're welcome to stay here with your legs propped up if you would like to, or you can even take that out. Find what feels the best in your body for a rest. Begin to take a deeper breath. Bring some gentle movement into your fingers and into your toes. Then as you're ready to bend your knees and roll over to your side. And then gently, slowly press your way back up to your seat. With hands coming together at heart center, eyes closed, take a moment for a full breath. If you'd like, you're welcome to take one of those cooling breaths again. So if you want to, you can curl your tongue, or you can tuck your tongue up under your teeth and take that inhale through your mouth and exhale through closed lips. Have a very peaceful, very beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks, Ben.